Alrighty, Ryvix here. Sorry I've been gone for a little bit, but I was given a little bit of extra early access to Dragther. Dragther? Dragther. Um, and yeah, it's insane. People a lot smarter than me already know that it's insane. I've already done some insane things with it. So this video is mostly going to be just for the layman, a little bit what you can expect, what's new about it, and some modules, and hopefully some fun gameplay. So let's talk about what Dragther is. Dragther is the Ellydium guard frigate, located in the upper right-hand corner. These is its the nodes for it, and let's talk about some of its special modules. So the first special module you'll get is Physical Impact Transformer. Now this is like your typical face shield, except it actually has bonuses depending on what damage you receive. Outlined here, electromagnetic gives you increased shield generation, thermal increased weapon damage, and kinetic restores your hold by a lot. Obviously, that's quite useful. The next, of course, is we have Energy Tank. This one is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to showcase this one real quick. And then the last one, but not least, is Time Anomalies Generator. This one slows down time for all enemies caught in its radius. And 3,000 meters is a pretty long radius for most skirmishes, especially for fighters and interceptors. So this is extremely powerful because of that. It also gives you some passive resist, but we'll talk about that in a second as well. So let's talk about as well some of the unique active modules and weapons that you can expect to see with the ship. It comes with two weapons that are available only to Dragther. Dragul, which is oppressive, very oppressive, and Dragdu, reactive weapon, which is like a missile launcher. This thing is super interesting, so we'll talk about those in a second. The first thing I'm going to do is, next we're going to talk about the modules. So we have Gravity Pulsar, which basically combines, there's like a Gravity Lance and obviously Pulsar together. So it's pretty darn strong. It attracts all enemies to itself and then deals a lot of damage per second to all enemies' line of sight for 10 seconds. The more enemies you have, the more damage that you deal to them. This is obviously, ridiculous compared, you can take this and take a blue torp and throw them, just destroy them into the sky, along with your normal energy converter. Probably should showcase these. They're all the same, they just have different, I think, visual looks to them. We also have Suppressing Sphere. So once people get close to you, they can't leave you. So that's also really strong as well. They also have the shield and hold resistance reduced by 30 points. So this is also very strong. You can actually take this, and it will stop almost anyone from leaving you, especially also with this module. So this thing, as you can imagine, is very much about anyone who gets close to you, they just stay next to you. They can't go anywhere. They can't leave you. Let's see. Oh, and of course we have Crystal Prism. This is a beam that basically, if you attack it, tag allies, it makes them invisible, and they can still use all their modules and weapons, even a beam effect. Has a relatively low recharge. We'll showcase that also. That's probably more of a niche support weapon, but I know a lot of people are really curious about weapons, active modules, and also some of these passive modules it has are insane. So Detonating Crystals is one of the ones that you can is Dragther for now only. Ooh, no, this is also good for this would be really good for Wasdot, actually. Interesting. Anyway, so Detonating Crystals, when your durability gets low, it produces an explosion up to 18,000 damage, which is a lot. So a lot of those pesky interceptors or fighters that just stay on top of you, well, they're gonna eat what's essentially close to a blue torp. Just for fun. On top of that, we also have Backup Multifunctional Shield, which is essentially what we call like an overshield. So if your shield drops below a certain amount, you'll get an extra 50,000 points of durability. And if it doesn't get destroyed, you'll have extra parameters on it. And we'll test that out and see what exactly those are. As well as Radar Jammer, which gives you increased critical damage chance. It should just be critical chance, but random visibility of all allies. It does currently, I believe, result in the ship itself, but I'm mostly having it for its critical chance bonus. So right now we're at 64 and 94. If I get rid of this, We are at... Yep, so it is critical chance itself. I don't know why. Damage kind of throws you off there. Obviously, you can take the other Ellydium modules onto here. But that's it as far as special modules for the ship itself. So that's it. So let's go have some fun with this. And I'm going to call this Crystal Needles. And I'm going to try to showcase a little bit of how crazy this is and go over the special module here. Though let's hope PvP is not terrible, you know. Shouldn't be. We'll see. It's been on and off. Sometimes I get Russian servers and the ping's bad, and sometimes it's Europe or US and it's alright. So we'll see. But in the meantime, let's talk a little more about the ship. Yes, so let's go back to the nodes here. There are a lot of really good nodes for you to look at. Some prominent ones are the ranges here. That is going to really affect a lot of these two right here especially. And this give you a lot more range. You can affect a lot more enemies, pull them in, deal damage to them, things of that nature. The nodes here are also really significant. They're all about 50 points, which is a lot more straightforward than usual. See, 25 or 50 points. Very straightforward than some of the other node prices. I don't think they changed the rest of them. They're all... Yeah, so this is pretty simple and easy, hopefully, to kind of get used to. I actually really like this system. Might be a little bit small. I kind of wish it was 725 or so, but we'll see how they kind of balance it out. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward for notes. We'll go over them once we get back into the hangar. So this weapon, I thought it was kind of just meh, and just another missile weapon, but yeah, it's pretty insane. So you get 3 shards, each deal 430 damage. And so they spawn after a little bit, so you shoot, and then it kind of just spawns. Here, let me fix that. Okay, good. Alright. One thing too is you can make this and you get pretty fast as well. I don't have really a good speed build on me right now, but you really can get this to be quite fast. I will show you as well if you hit. So this module does not give you any sort of passive bonuses that I can tell. I want to activate it after I've done some damage to an enemy, so let's see if we get someone over here. It should come around right about as when we are, so let's see. I guess we'll just take the speaking ourselves. I might peer down there real quick. Okay. Oh, good. See if I can thread that gap. That's pretty good. This is what not to do. So let's get a lock on here. And you want to tap this weapon is the biggest thing. Okay. Alright. Now that I hit the weapon, I should do a lot more damage. Sorry, just a little bit loud. I'm telling you, this slider is really special. Now, for all the kids at home, don't ever do that. Doesn't matter if it's for fun or not. You'll get yelled at by better people than you. But for fun, that's what we did. So, to note, when you deal damage to an enemy, this is a counter, and it'll go up. And every counter gives you 10 points of resistance, which is a total of 100 points resistance. Alright, so let's... try to see if I can get over there. Note too, it only lasts, I think, 15 seconds. So you really, it's not something that you'll get as passive as like Confessor is. It's something that once you want to immediately basically start using when you get your max stats. So let's see here. Waiting, 2, 3... see what's around me. So again, if you hold down the weapon, it's going to overheat really quickly. So instead, you want to sort of stagger it a little bit. Now see here I have full resistance. Let's see what that looks like here. 100 points of resistance. I'm curious here, if I only get 3 stacks, I'll only get 30% damage. Let's double check that. I believe that, but let's just make sure now that we're here testing stuff. Alright, so we're at 3. If I activate it, how much do we get? Yep, so 33%. Okay. Our match range is around, I think, 54. You can see the amount of damage that we do. It's pretty darn crazy. As you can see, we lived that with basically like relative ease. And trust me, this is like nowhere near as strict. This is a range build. I mean, with the other weapon, which I will hopefully show right after this, yeah, you could sit and spawn and never die. And destroy everything within just it gets absolutely completely ridiculous. So if you like our frigates, you get the chance of being up close and just wailing on people, and at the same time you also can sit a little bit afar and anything that moves that's within looking radius gets absolutely pummeled. See here, you hit it, and then releases extra missiles. See that? So it's hit, and then 1, 2, 3. So that's 430. So that's 1,200 damage per hit base. As you can see, it's kind of ridiculous. Look over and show the crew that I have real quick. I want extra hull. You can do resistance if you. I'm sorry, it should be one of these two, but that's different reasons. Resist, damage. Either of these is fine, probably. Probably this one's a little better. Yep. Okay, so those are the basic crew for it, and then let's talk about the build itself. So, effective range, again, talked about that. So, crit chance, projectile speed, that's important for ECMs. Special module, that's really important as well because these are very powerful. So I recommend absolutely grabbing this one. Improved algorithms, more critical chance. So you have your slots, and again, they're all pretty cheap. Like relatively speaking, they're all. Yeah, there's a lot of customization able to be offered here. So we see here all our offense modules. We have range, cool time, cooldown time, missile, and mind damage. That's probably really good. Which I'll probably actually use this in a second. Energy consumption, which is good because it's cheap, and weapon damage, which would be really good for maybe beam cannon. And neither of these is thermal, so maybe like a destructor, a blaster, or a beam cannon. That would be good for it. So this gives you extra range, target lock time, open cooling. So really, like a good build would probably be to like you should not do this, but you could basically get these 3 nodes by taking off 3 of these nodes. But you really should keep a lot of your slots for sure. Yep. Yeah. All right. So let's use the. No, let's use this one. That'll be fine. Okay. So let's do that. Apply, and then let's go back up here and let's grab this and this and this and that. Let's see, what was the stats on this? Speaking of gas, okay. Okay, a little bit of lag there. The lag happens. So really don't need crit chance. I don't need an extra engine module slot. But I need to have at least one. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let me go back and I can get rid of a capacitor and get a shield slot. I need that. Okay. No, straightforward. Actually, can do it again. Maybe it's a CPU slot. Okay, so that's why we don't run this. Oh, that works. That's really easy. Okay. Okay, brain farm here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a close range. What it's going to be, it's ridiculous though. That looks good. That looks good. Great. Okay, so what we're going to do here is this is only made to be up close and in spaces. Actually, I need this. Oh, no, I need, that's weird. What happened to jump? The jump? And not use that? Do I not have it? That is weird. Okay, that's weird. What happened to it? Yeah, there is the teleportation sphere. Is it that just get nerfed? Like right here? Okay, so it's just weird. Huh. If it's turned off, your models are still stuck there. Okay, that's really interesting. It'd be nice to have two whole plates. But I guess that's not going to be in the cards. Probably just taking that out. grab that. That's what I should have done. This will be fine. Let's have some Blue Torp fun. Or try to. Oh, we got one of those servers. Yeah, that's... He's dead. Okay, I'm curious. It says 3,500 meters, right? Come on, let's double check that, because this says it should be 2,500 meters. Okay, right. Okay, that's right. I changed the one I was using. Let's just send it over there. Like our no sound proxy. That's a good feeling there. Let's do that, and then yeah, we don't need to, like, you know, be able to do anything. We'll just sit around here and do nothing. Okay, I'm curious here. Okay. So, hold on. Wait, what? So you're telling me every time you switch it... does it refresh by itself? So you tell me every time you just refresh it, you get whatever the buff is. That is ridiculous. Okay, so you can just spam F and... Okay. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That makes sense, though, but that's ridiculous. Okay, let's see if I can get close to that number. Peak gameplay. It's the Russian server. No, it's your... Oh my gosh, it's all the servers. Okay, so server... Today's bad server day. You missed my blue torp. I'd apologize, and I am sorry, but it's also not my fault, so... Yeah, that's, This gotta be one of the strongest modules, just because of how much you get out of it. It is pretty crazy. And I do think that I chose well when it came to... okay, that was going backwards here. Okay, we're really just... Yeah. Okay. Sure. It doesn't matter, I'm probably dead. I'm clicking forward. do anything. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, our servers are deep fried. Yeah. Well, I can't type. Hold on. I can't do that. I don't think this is working very well. I'm curious if it would. I don't know if it'll update. This is what it's like being in Groundhog Day. I think just keeps going back and forth. Oh, should I sit here? Oh wow, no, I don't. That time's like not even running out. Look up here. That is great. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that took care of that. Okay, so you can just spam this, and you'll get all these buffs. So every time when you switch a phase, you get these bonuses. I'm thinking also applies when you start taking damage. I'm assuming, but I can't really test it out. So let's what else? Okay, yeah, let's do this one. So let's don't need that. Grab this. Okay, so you're stuck with that actually. That's really weird. You have to use that. Okay, I don't know why they did that, but I guess they did. It's okay. I have a whole other 50 points to use. Let's do that. I really would like a CPU slot. Cool. Okay, that should be about it. So this is the last one. It makes everyone slow. So hopefully we get a good match, and we'll be able to get to show off everything. Hopefully. So yeah. But I like the way this looks. I'll tell you, like this looks really cool. I really do love like the bits that pull it off a bit. I think that's very unique and very pretty. I mean, it literally looks like I don't know. It's soft. I'll make sure my graphics are up, but it's like a soft. I mean, most everything is up. It's got like a very soft sort of texture to the crystal. But yeah, get a chance to sort of admire it. So you kind of think like it has like its arms out to tackle somebody, you know? It's just funny. That's kind of what it does actually. But yeah, that does look cool. Our lovely problem. I mean, our lovely. Yes, some special skin, some pin on this too. But that was one thing too about Tharga that looks always pretty cool. Was this? how the crystals flow behind it. Yeah, I always thought that was really cool. I don't think Zeta has anything like that. I will say that the Zeta, the Ellydium ships are really quite pretty. Really, I think in the middle of all the fighting, you only get a chance to appreciate it, but really are quite pretty. I feel like I don't remember all these extra lines. I have to double check. I don't remember some of these. They all have that on there. Huh. Interesting. This one isn't really pretty. Just the purple looks really cool. Oh, planet scatter. You gotta say this does look like the bear moon. It does like look like the word you if you were to make the word out of it, that's what it looks like. Same with this, it's like you have this, they have like different shades of blue. I do like the color scheme they're going for, the blue color scheme. It's very spiky. I'm really curious what kind of what new um, covert ops ships are able to like a covert ops or let's see an ECM and look that. Very curious. Yeah, this is one of the few ships that actually has floating crystals on it. Just doing a visual check here. But yeah, so time anomaly generator can be really good. Because it'll be really good at tackling anything that's fast. Even a lot of stray fighters. Obviously, it should be pretty obvious that teleportation sphere with any of these modules is really quite powerful. I'm really curious to think about what do these have to do with like SecCon and other game modes. I'm really curious to see what that'll be like. How many radicals should be used in SecCon to deal with a lot of the we call them bees, but the small AI ships. Of course, that would probably be a waste of a ship, anyways, to just do the defense like that. Actually, no, a purely defensive ship could probably do that really well. Yeah, that's interesting. So let's walk in with the group. Let's not waste our teleportation sphere. Excuse me. Okay, so we're looking at here. Let's hop in. Okay, so that's one. Where is our next guy at? Is this one right here? Yeah, that did not work for me. And again, just thinking about like no, you can't do it. Okay. That's okay, that happens. But that's why you really want to make sure you take Protocol Wall or something like that, just so you can deal with ECMs. But yeah, just like look at the cooldowns. Like, I got all the modules back really quickly. Probably jumped out of there too. Probably should have done that. So we want to make sure we kind of jump in right on top of them. So I'm just watching him really. I think he's going for... Yeah, this damage is absolutely insane. Yeah, we literally can't go anywhere. That was me. I killed myself, but it was still fun. But yeah, it's, I mean, 8 kills, it's really easy. And again, I'm not really gonna pretend that I am really not used to this. I'm not the greatest guard frigate brawler, in case that's not immediately obvious. I'm really not. I'm okay in some guard frigates, and I just mean okay. This is not like my forte, so I'm just saying, anyone who's good at this will know that I have a much better time than I am. So, I'm very much learning. This is, I just want to review this for, the average person and just kind of have some fun with it. But I'm sure there are plenty of people that can really unlock the fuller potential of this ship. So I want to be very honest with that, very transparent, and let's just keep having some fun. Okay, so let's do quick overview two is this will give you passive resistance by 60 points, which is kind of a lot. So something to think about for sure. Other thing is you're kind of lacking that regeneration. Watching out over here. I mean, you can really let out some cover fire with this. It's pretty crazy. But right now we're just waiting to do anything stupid. I need to grab a health module if you want to use this. Want to use this really health module. Okay, so that's rare. But yeah, that overshield is crazy. Not much to say. Let me check the ranges again. 25 and 3. Okay. Oh, this is true. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, so that's my review of Dragther. It's ridiculous, and you should probably get it. Probably. If you like winning and hurting things for no reason, I mean, like seriously, if it's fast, you stop it. Again, if it's slow, you throw it towards you and make it eat a couple blue torps, and then hit the face with some really, really overpowered weapons that also slow down people. Um, you don't really die too much. I mean, if you're dumb, you can. If people say outside of range, you can, but that's why God gave you teleportation sphere. um, if you lose your shield, just get an extra 50,000 for no reason, really. Oh, and then when it's close to you, also just blow them up. I mean, it's kind of hard to. I mean, don't really know what else you really need for a guard frigate. Yeah. So it's good, and you're welcome. Rybix out.